In a sudden and widespread security operation, Iran's intelligence agencies have arrested more than 700 people across the country. The government has accused these individuals of a very serious crime spying for its main enemy, Israel. This news has captured attention both inside Iran and around the world, raising many questions about what is happening. The arrests did not happen in just one city, but were spread across many provinces, including Kermanshah, Isfahan, and Khuzestan. This massive crackdown shows that the government believes there is a large and dangerous network operating within its borders, and it is taking strong action to stop it. The people who have been arrested come from different parts of Iranian society. While most are Iranian citizens, reports suggest that some foreign nationals may also be among those detained. The accusations against them are severe and varied. Officials claim that these individuals were not just passing along secret information. They are also accused of planning to carry out attacks, building explosives, and even controlling small flying machines called drones to gather intelligence. The government says the spy network was trying to harm Iran's security from the inside, which is why the response has been so forceful. As part of this operation, security forces announced that they found a huge number of drones. In the capital city of Tehran alone, officials said they seized around 10,000 small drones. These devices, sometimes called micro-aerial vehicles or MAVs, can be used to take pictures and videos of sensitive locations without being easily noticed. The government claims these drones were meant to be used by the spy network to watch military sites, important buildings, and key infrastructure. This discovery, if the numbers are accurate, suggests a very organized and well-equipped effort to spy on Iran. The consequences for those accused are extremely serious. In Iran, spying for a foreign country, especially an enemy state like Israel, is considered one of the gravest offenses and can be punished by death. In fact, in the weeks leading up to this massive crackdown, several people convicted of spying for Israel were executed. This history shows how seriously the Iranian government treats these accusations. The recent arrests have created a climate of fear and uncertainty, as families wonder about the fate of their loved ones and citizens worry about the country's internal stability. To understand these arrests, we must look at the secret conflict often called a shadow war. This is a long-running struggle between Iran and Israel that doesn't always involve open battles with soldiers. Instead, it is fought through secret operations, cyber attacks, and espionage. Spying is a key part of this conflict. Countries use spies to gather secret information about their enemies' military plans, scientific progress, and political strategies. For Iran and Israel, knowing what the other side is planning is seen as essential for survival, turning intelligence gathering into a high-stakes and deadly game. The Israeli intelligence agency at the center of Iran's accusations is called Mossad. It is one of the most famous and feared spy agencies in the world. Mossad is known for carrying out bold and often secret operations in other countries to protect Israel's interests. Iran has long accused Mossad of being responsible for media group, crime scene investigation at night, Iranian nuclear facility exterior, aftermath of sabotage at scientific sites at stock, @distribute_equally, assassinating its nuclear scientists, sabotaging its facilities, and supporting opposition groups within its borders. Because of this history, any person accused of working with Mossad in Iran faces immediate and severe suspicion from the authorities. The recent crackdown is presented as a major victory against this powerful adversary. Drones have become a critical tool in this modern shadow war. These small, unmanned aircraft can be flown remotely from a safe distance, making them perfect for spying. They can be equipped with high-quality cameras to photograph, media group, aerial drone photos of military bases, drone view over nuclear power plant, surveillance drone approaching restricted facility @distribute_equally, military bases, nuclear sites, or other sensitive areas without risking a pilot's life. Iran claims the network it just dismantled was planning to use thousands of these drones for exactly this purpose. The seizure of so many drones highlights how technology has changed espionage, making it possible for enemies to watch each other more closely and secretly than ever before. For any country, protecting its secrets is a matter of national security. When a government believes that a foreign power has managed to create a large spy network within its borders, it sees this as a major threat. Such a network could, media group, hand-stealing secret documents, military blueprints being photographed, computer hacking military files @distribute_equally, steal military plans, expose weaknesses, and disrupt the country's ability to defend itself. This is why governments react so strongly to espionage. For Iran, the belief that hundreds of people were working for Israel is not just about lost secrets. It is viewed as a direct attack on the nation's sovereignty and stability, requiring a powerful and public response. The timing of these mass arrests is not a coincidence. They happened right after a short but intense war between Iran and Israel in June 2025. This conflict, which lasted for 12 days before a ceasefire was arranged, involved direct military attacks between the two nations. Israel launched airstrikes that reportedly killed very senior Iranian military commanders and a top nuclear scientist. The United States also participated, striking some of Iran's key nuclear facilities. These attacks were a huge blow to Iran's leadership and its most sensitive programs, creating a crisis for the government. In response to the Israeli and American strikes, Iran launched a massive counterattack. It fired over 550 ballistic missiles and about 1,000 drones toward Israel, causing significant casualties and damage. This was one of the largest direct confrontations between the two enemies and brought the region to the edge of a much bigger war. This wartime atmosphere put Iran's security forces on their highest alert. They began a campaign of wartime vigilance, determined to find and eliminate any internal threats that might have helped Israel carry out its devastating attacks from within. The Iranian government believes that the Israeli strikes could not have been so precise without help from spies on the ground. They argue that people inside Iran must have provided Israel with crucial information, such as the locations of military leaders and the details of nuclear sites. This belief is the main driver behind the current crackdown. The arrests of over 700 people are framed as a necessary step to dismantle the network that allegedly enabled these attacks. The government is sending a message that it is hunting down anyone it suspects of collaborating with the enemy during a time of war. In the wake of the conflict, Iran's parliament also moved quickly to make the laws against spying even tougher. It passed an emergency bill that allows people accused of espionage to be tried under wartime legal provisions. This means the legal process can be faster and the penalties more severe. The head of Iran's judiciary confirmed that those arrested in this recent sweep will be prosecuted under these new, stricter rules. This legal change shows how the recent war has directly influenced domestic policy, leading to a much harsher environment for anyone accused of being a threat to national security. While the Iranian government has made very strong claims about a massive spy ring, it is important to remember that these statements are often difficult to check. The evidence against the accused is rarely made public. Trials for espionage are usually held in secret, and confessions are sometimes broadcast on state television, which human rights groups say can be obtained under pressure. Without independent verification from journalists or international observers, it is hard to know the full story behind each arrest. We do not know for sure if all 700 people were truly part of a spy network or if some were arrested for other reasons. Governments sometimes use the threat of foreign enemies for political purposes. Announcing the discovery of a large spy network can be a way to show strength and control, especially after a setback like the recent war with Israel. It can rally the public around the flag and justify increased security measures across the country. These crackdowns can also be used to silence dissent. People who criticize the government or have connections with foreigners might be targeted and accused of espionage as a way to remove them from society. This makes it hard to separate genuine security threats from political repression. The scale of these arrests sends a chilling message to the people of Iran. It creates an atmosphere of suspicion where citizens might become afraid to speak freely or associate with others for fear of being accused. For those with family members arrested, it is a time of great anxiety and uncertainty. The executions that have already taken place serve as a stark warning about the potential fate of the newly detained. These events deeply affect Iranian society, reinforcing the power of the state's security apparatus and making daily life more tense for many. These events in Iran have significant implications for the rest of the world. The ongoing conflict between Iran and Israel is a major source of instability in the Middle East. This massive spy crackdown and the executions that accompany it will likely increase tensions even further. Other countries will be watching closely to see how this situation develops, as any escalation could have far-reaching consequences for regional security and international relations. The story of these arrests is not just about Iran. It is a serious reminder of the dangers of the shadow war and its human cost.